Hi everybody, this is Rose of Sharon and I'm back again with another video review or movie review. I just recently watched the Young Prodigious T.S. Spivet. Now, from what I can recall, what I've read, it is apparently based on an actual prodigy by the same name, and it takes place in Montana, and it is a really magnificent little story. The cinematography in this is absolutely splendiferous. It is just absolutely gorgeous in many of the shots that you see. I have some nitpicks about it though. There are some moments that I would caution for parents if they're going to watch with their children, even though this is a really sensational film for all of that's worth. There's some moments within the film itself that they would have to warn their kids or caution them, because there's things that TS does that I wouldn't want a young child to do because of the very perilous nature of them. I'm not going to go into it. If you've seen the movie, you understand what I'm getting at. But there are some suspensions of disbelief within the movie itself. It's kind of along the same lines of October Sky or Super 8 or Moonrise Kingdom. It definitely Hunt for the Wilder People. It was kind of a similar kind of story, adventure, but different in the way that the characters see the world and the way that he sees things in his mind, which I really love. I love the POV that they do with TS and from Claire, or the mother, or Gracie. I should say not Claire, but Gracie. Claire's the mother. T.E. Spivet is his dad. But beyond some of the inconsistencies and the one segment near the end, and I can't say what it is or I'll give away a huge plot point, it's really hokey and cheesy. That one particular element, I would have changed that massively. Just maybe not even massively, but enough so it would be more believable. But this is a children's or slash family film that we're speaking of. I would say that the film warrants at least a 4, despite some of its flaws, which are few, but it still has its flaws. It's really just an uplifting film. It made me cry. Great actors, great actresses. Wasn't expecting to see Helena Bonham Carter. It was just absolutely heartwarming to see her, because I love Helena Bonham Carter. She's one of my favorite actresses. And all the other actors and actresses were people I had never heard of. So it was new and different for me. Definitely 4 out of 5. But it is a story of a young prodigy or genius. And I won't go into the story too much if you want to look into it, because there's quite a bit that he goes through. And there's a moment where I was thinking, well, wouldn't someone have noted? That was one thing that I was pondering, and kind of made me scratch my chin a little bit and thought, well, that's kind of, that's unbelievable. If I were a parent, I would have had some concern, or I would have gotten a little bit worried, or I would have been on pins and needles wondering what had happened. But despite all that, it's still really a just outstanding movie. And it was done by the same director who did Amelie, so you know it's going to be just a grand film. And the soundtrack is just absolutely sweeping and just unbelievably good. All in all, it gets my highest grade that I've given to a film in a good long while. 2 thumbs way up. 4 stars out of 5. Almost 5, but like I said, there were some gaping flaws with this movie that could have been fixed, but was probably low budget because I think thinking it was done by a foreign, well, it's definitely done by Studio Canada, Studio Canal, and I knew right away. I thought, yeah, this is definitely done by a French film company. And I love French film. I love this French company. Like, yes, this is what I know. So I already knew. I'm like, I'm gonna love this, and I did. But if you're looking for a good pick-me-up that's based on supposedly a true story, then look no further than this film. And of course, it will make you have faith in humanity again, especially now. But yeah, it was just a really well done movie, and I think there's a little bit of something for everybody in it. And I really related to the main character, even though I'm by no means a genius, but I can understand what it's like to go through that, even though he went through a ton of tragedy. And I think those of us who are considered unique, or those of us who are put into that kind of group, we go through a lot. And this is the film, and I think there's a lot of truth to it, that we all find our moment to shine. We all find the strength, and then we all come to a resolution and acceptance, and we find where we really truly belong, and how we get wholeness, and what that's all about. There's so many profound lessons in this movie that just go beyond the movie itself. And not only that, but just the cinematography is just artful. It is something dazzling and just fantastic to behold to the eye. But beyond that, I can't really say that much, other than it's definitely a stellar family film, astronomical. So I would definitely recommend it for all ages, even though there are some moments that would probably have to be discussed just because of how incredulous and how incredibly, unbelievably dangerous that they are. But yeah, despite that, it's still a really good moral and ethical teaching point for everybody, even those of us who think we know it all. Well, we don't. Life is about learning. It's the process. So that's all I have to say about the young, prodigious Tia Spivet. Until next time, everyone, prosper. Ciao, Titi.